And there we go. Okay, too many things to do with my new countdown. Okay, I think we are all good. We are here. We are live. We are ready to go. And I think I got everything working right. Please let me know in the chat if that is not the case. But here we are. We are sitting here on Laythe. And in case there are people that are not aware of what is going on, this is my series in which I have been attempting, starting at 0 on a stock live, or sorry, what am I talking about? Starting at 0 on a science stream, and then trying to land on every solid body there is in the stock game. And we are now at 14 out of 15. We are sitting here on Laythe, but it's 14 with an asterisk because our original craft crash land. All 4 kerbals are alive and well on there, so I brought over this rescue vehicle, and now it's going to be about getting them back home. Now, some people might remember a couple of things right at the end here. This thing, it's now working. There we go. So reloading the scene, turning off the game, restarting it, that seemed to fix that docking port, and I already did test it. I Alt F12 this vehicle into into orbit about Laythe and docked it with the mothercraft of this thing, so to make sure that the docking port is working, it's not glitched. And speaking of docking ports, I am a docking port short because of poor planning, but if we look right here, see that is a docking. I don't know, is that thing set as a target? Whatever. There we go. Got rid of that little waypoint. But I want that docking port. We're going to need it, and we're going to need to get some fuel. So I'm going to do that. But we'll start off with, let's see here. Let's extend this ladder. We got to get all of our kerbals from here onto the vessel here. We're going to take Bill. Let's take Bill out right now. And down. Oh, come on. I remember it working before. Oh, well, whatever. We don't need his helmet, because we are in an oxygen-rich atmosphere, the only other place besides Kerbin. And what I want is this docking port. I'm just thinking, am I too far away here? Let's get into construction mode. We should be able to just take that. The shielded docking port exceeds the weight that a kerbal can construct. That's actually not a problem. All we need are more kerbals. We need more kerbals, so that's too heavy for just Bill by himself, so we'll get into here. Let's get our other engineer, Brad C. Kerman. EVA Brad. Get Brad to help. So with Brad along, well, the two of them together, can they do it? Okay. So I really do want this docking port. Aha! Now, can I reach over? It's too far. Okay, let's do this one at a time. So we'll stick it here for now. Oh, I noticed this. Oh, because he needs his... and he puts on his safety. It's a little bit too far to reach. Let's see if we can do it now. Like that. Okay, that's not where it's going to stay. Let's get over here. Where am I going? I'm going to stick it towards the back here. Oh, Bill, I think, is too far away. Get over there, Bill. We need help. We need help. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stick it at the back. Hopefully, it's not going to... I think that's it. We didn't get the laser because of the... No laser for you. Okay, am I on? Oh, that's the plane. Let's get on Dan. Got a lot of things here. There's Dan, right? Yep. Or Brad, I'm sorry. And we're going to load everybody aboard, and we're going to take off, and we're going to hopefully get ourselves back. So there's one. And then I got to transfer the person back to the... So you can it's easier just to do it this way. Transfer crew, Brad, into there you go. And just getting to the docking port issue. The issue with the docking port is that there is a vessel that actually was the mothership that brought this thing here that is still... Oh dear. Okay, we're good. There was a bit of a freeze there for a second. That was the vessel that brought these folks here that has a lot of fuel, and I would really, really, really like it. And I thought for sure it had a 1.25 meter docking port on it. It does not. I actually left that docking port in orbit around Tylo or Val. I can't remember which one. Oh, we stuck on the helmet, but I think because the other one got up. Oh, the helmet makes... Okay, it models the thickness of the helmet. Come on. There. It's a little tight. A little bit of a tight squeeze. Okay, board. Just want to get this part over with. Where is that crew hatch? Transfer jelly to the back. And then J.K. Kerbin. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just remove the helmet. There we go. Don't need the science. We are all scienced up. Whoop! Oh, the plane. I'm seeing Abdul saying the plane looks all kinda wrong. I hope he's not referring to the plane I'm loading everybody into, but the other plane, yeah, it had a rough landing, and it kinda busted. You know, these things happen, but the important thing is everybody seems to be okay. I keep right-clicking. Stop doing that. There we go. Transfer J over to here. Bill will load last, and finally Lex Kerbin is our last one. And remove the helmet turns out to be a necessity just to be able to squeeze in there. I got this weird thing. I suspect people can hear it over the jet engines, but the space music is playing. Even though we're on Laythe, and I don't have really an explanation for that, to why that's happening. And board. And transfer Lex to the back. And that just got to get Bill. Don't want to leave Bill behind. That would be embarrassing to... There you go. And I'm really hoping, because this has gone on way longer than I ever anticipated that it would. I'm really hoping this is the end of this little adventures around Jool. And, okay, so that should be 6, right? So we got Valentina, Bill, Brad, Jelly, Jay, and Lex. They are all aboard. We are all ready to go. Let's retract the ladder. I'm hoping that this won't be a problem on the back there. Seems nicely centered anyway. Okay, we're going to take off. Now, our target is the Jool 2 command. There it is, right there. We're going to set that as a target. And probably going to take off pretty soon. I want to be ahead of it, because it's easier to slow myself down than it is to speed up. And I have no idea how long it takes this jet to get up to orbit. We're going to get up to a 70-kilometer. Let's just do this. Oh, someone's saying save. Okay, fine. Quick save. Fine. Be that way. Okay. So, is that looking... Now, we're going to have to take towards the east. Right now, we're more or less pointing north, but just looking more... I don't want to point that way now because there's a hill. But I'm thinking this is going to be okay. So we're just going to... Here, put this on free. Take this off and punch it. And hopefully this will all go well. The terrain is always an adventure in this game. Come on, there we go, we're off. We're off. Whoa, whoa, need more speed. Do not have quite the lift as you do on Kerbin. So the first thing is to get pointing towards the east here. And then get ourselves to orbit, and I don't know, I've done this on Kerbin. I'm hoping it's not too different. Just gonna get a heading of due east, of just, you know, get up to a certain altitude, and at some point these jet engines are gonna flame out. Well, I won't wait till they flame out, but they're gonna definitely start losing thrust, and we won't be gaining speed as much. And then we'll switch over to closed cycle mode, rocket mode. As long as we're still building speed, I think we're doing fine. Let's take a look. There's the nice big red drag arrow coming off of that. I hope that won't be too much of a problem. Okay, and there we go. I'm moving a little bit. Come on. Back on the 90 there. It just seems to be wanting to shift over there. Not sure why. Just wants to shimmy towards the right a little bit. Oh, just a little. Our inclination's going to be off anyway, so not too worried. No idea what the magic altitude is for Laythe. We're getting some. Okay, we're building up some nice speed. I'm gonna watch my Apoapsis. I'm gonna actually turn the engines down here. We already are pushing that Apoapsis way ahead of us. Let's pitch down. Seems like a good spot to do it. Keep an eye on resources too. Okay, how's our speed? Speed's still building. Pitch down some more. Oh, let's switch over. Throttle up. Pitch up. Throttle down. I want to keep the Apoapsis reasonably close by. It's already over a minute away. Here, just hold this. Just hold this. Should be fine. I don't know how efficient that was, but, you know. If this thing's built to be taking off from Kerbin, so Laythe should be easier. Just lock that on there. So we're going to go until our Apoapsis hits 70. Okay, and I was really concentrating, so now I can take a look what's going on there in the chat. A docking port mishap. Yeah, there was. Okay, I'll explain the docking port thing when we get close to docking and why I thought there was a 1.25 meter docking port on the vessel. But we'll get to that. But you're right, there is a 2.5 meter docking port. The docking, what is that? The Dockatron Senior is on there. Alright. Everybody seems in good spirits despite being years and years and years stuck on a tiny little island. Almost in space. Now there is going to be a bit of an inclination difference because that island we were on was not on the equator. Let's lock that back on. Is that back on 90? Nah, let's not worry about that. There we go. Oh, that's a good plan. I'm seeing something about moving this docking port. That's maybe not a bad idea. To the underside, it'll be easier because it docks by this. This thing might get in the way. Okay, 70, we're cutting throttle. We're already in space, so that's all good. We still have 313 meters per second left, so we're almost got an orbit too. Periapsis is quite small at negative 54. Oh, we're getting a Jupiter rise. Jupiter rise. Where's that coming from? A Jool rise, of course. All right, so we're going to do the final circularization here, and then we'll see about getting to... But I think that's a good idea, moving that docking port to the underside. Do that in 2 shakes. We'll get ourselves an orbit. Actually, let's set up the rendezvous first, and then we'll move that docking port around. Okay, let's get a little closer to our apoapsis. Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful Jool rise. Okay, there we go. 70 by 70. Okay, Bill, you're going out. You're getting out there, Bill. Oh, let's hang on. Actually, whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I? Oh, my SAS is off. Oh, my fumbling fingers. Didn't I say I was going to do the rendezvous first before I did this? Oh, my dear. Is there a hang on right here? Because this is a hatch. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. There. There. Under here. Wonderful. Okay. And this thing still works, I'm assuming. That would be pretty bad if that's not the case. Okay, Bill, get back inside. Construction mode off. Grab. Board. Ah, so many buttons. I'm assuming this still works. Sure. Why wouldn't it? Okay. Rendezvous, 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 rendezvous. So, here we are here. Looking at the ascending node where our 2 orbits cross. We're going to shoot for a rendezvous right around here by simply raising up. Might have to go forward just a little bit in time. Ugh. Oh, I'm raising it up a lot. Sorry. There we are. Thought for some reason I was... Never mind, don't worry about me. Oh, it's because I have the scale down so small. I thought I was putting in more than what I actually was. And a bazillion numbers all on top of each other, but the one I'm looking at is the closest approach. 200 meters, that will do fine. This is a 38 meter per second burn, and our encounter speed is somewhere in there. 87, I think I saw. 87, so that won't be 100. Yeah, we got more than enough fuel, so beautiful. Okay, let's do that burn. It's coming up in just 44 seconds. Oh my golly. Oh my golly. Okay, so let's turn the thrust limiter down. I'm just noticing. Come on. What's this? Maybe 30. 30. All right, that's good enough. I just noticed it was a 1 second burn. Always like to turn the throttle limiter down when you get those situations so that it makes it easier to do the burn. Okay, so I'm looking at cut. Oh, well, there we go. We got 400 meters here. Can I tweak it a little better with RCS? Sure can. 205. Okay, so we're going to be meeting up in about 34 minutes. Okay, let's go. So to explain kind of for people that are rookies to this, though, I do this so many times. Anyone who's watched any of my streams have seen me do this kind of stuff so many times. I want to slow myself down to match up with our command vehicle. So the easiest thing to do there is to raise up your apoapsis, which reduces your period, and that slows you down, allows your target to catch up to you. So then we get back to here. We should be meeting up again. And for some reason, while time warping, it gets messed up. And then you take the time warp, it's fine. That's one of the most annoying things I find that the game kind of does. We're only about 6 minutes away. Oh, you're very welcome, Abdul. Abdul's talking about my orbit phasing video, which is exactly what I was just talking about. So we're coming in a little bit sideways because of our inclination difference. Still a few minutes away. All right. Getting our Jool rise again. Gotta love the beauty shots. Hey there, Javier. Welcome. Not a lot of excess fuel. We're fine. But you're right, there isn't a lot of excess fuel. I think that ascent I made was less than efficient. It was sort of, oh well. I think we're good. So I'm just bringing down this closest approach here. Now under 100 meters. Oh, and there's two things there because one of them's the Jool 1 command, which I do want to deal with, but one thing at a time. Oh, I'm starting to push it back up again. One thing at a time. Oh, actually, I should dock with Jool 1 first. I most certainly should. And not necessarily dock with it, just yes. Shouldn't I? Yes, I should. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I should. Well, let's get closer. Jool. This one's actually the one that has to have the docking port put on it. So let's see if I can switch targets here. Slow down. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I waited too long. Slow down. Okay, we're good. That was a little sketchy. Okay, this is what I want. So let's set this as a target. I can just do it from right here. That was I'm usually nice and collected and calm coming in like that, but that time I came in like gangbusters. So I thought for sure, you can see it has a 1.25 meter docking port on it. I thought for sure it also had a 1.25 meter docking port on the side here, because if you watched any of my adventures around Val and Tylo and that, I did a lot of kind of lander hopping. That's how I'm going to describe it. And was stealing docking ports so that I could steal fuel from the vessels that brought the landers and things like that. And I thought I left a 1.25 meter docking port on this thing, when in fact what I did do is leave it on one of the vessels that's still in orbit around Laythe or Val or something. I went back in my streams and I looked. But, okay, what am I doing here? Let's think. I want to get in nice and close. And then Bill's gonna... Okay. Okay. So I'm not really paying attention to any kind of targets or stuffs, but I want to take this docking port. You know what? Now I put it on the wrong side, because I was thinking I was going to dock it. That's easy to rectify, though. I don't know why I thought I was going to be docking with this and then bringing... But never mind. We're all good. I'm glad these two things are so close together. I'm rather surprised. We've probably done at least a couple of orbits. Okay, RCS. No, this way. That's probably close enough. Bill? What do you think, Bill? Can you get this done? Get her done, Bill. Up you go. Do this quick. Okay, construction mode. Honestly, construction mode is like... That's good enough. Laser that up. Nice. Okay. Construction mode is got to be one of the best things they added to this game. It's one of their later updates. Okay, now we'll dock with our real mother vessel. Board. Okay, now we're going to set... Let's get to the right one. This one. We're setting that as a target. Back to here. There we go. Set that as a target. Okay, spin around. Yeah, every time I take my hands away from the keyboard, I end up... Oh, I'm even kind of sort of oriented pretty good, I think. And I'm getting all of my... This way. I want to... Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's switch to here. Open that up. Control from here. And hopefully we are sort of moving in the right direction. Are those solar panels on that ship? Yes. There are solar panels on this ship, which make no sense because it actually has RTGs on it too. The reason it has solar panels is because this dumb thing was originally designed to go to Moho, and then I just kind of absconded with the idea, if you know what I mean, and got lazy. And so that's why, and I never took the solar panels off, so that's why it's got solar panels. And the fact that I got lazy is part of the reason why, not part of the reason, a big part of the reason why I got myself into some trouble. Okay, so just kind of nose this in. Should be doing pretty good, I think. Just looking at a lot, because once this is docked, this is it. So I do want to get it all lined up right. And it's just eyeballing it too. I'm not it's nothing too sophisticated. That way maybe. That looks okay. And this way? Sure. I think so. Okay. That's what's going on in the nav ball here. Pay attention to your nav ball. Oh, 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 oh. About to clip the wing there. Just about there. And see, who needs any kind of docking assist mod or anything like that? We're there. Blank. Okay, that is awesome. Let's shut down these engines because they are not going to be used again for a little while. Shut that down. In fact, let's separate all these engines. So these are the nuke engines. That's a nuke engine. And then those are the... Yeah, okay. So we'll control from here. We'll do some docking. We'll steal some fuel. And that's going to be the end of that. Okay, we're going to open this up. Oh, look at it. It's even pointed to us. Isn't that sweet? Hello there. Is it? I'm just going to call you 01YGT. And this docking doesn't have to be pretty. Just got to get us there. Okay, where are we at? It's that way, so push it up. Got a lot of monoprop on this thing because there's this big thing of monoprop here too. So, okay, I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to get lazy here. Let's control from here. And set that as a target. This is a very, very easy thing to do. Lock that onto the target duber. And that way you'll get the docking ports lined up for sure. Okay, back to here. And now if this one's on the docking on the target thing, now everything's lined up. Get her done! Get her done is the order of the day. You know what's really dumb too is, like, clearly I could have put a Clampetron Senior up here, one of those 1.25 meter docking ports. I mean, I got an adapter to go down to 1.25, and I could have just docked with this, which I knew was there, but I didn't do that because I'm a dummy. The only RCS is actually the RCS that's on the plane, but it seems to handle everything okay anyway. Alright, and hopefully all of our construction stuff we did still means this thing works. If not, I don't know. I think we're going to have to come up with a different plan. Because I really was banking that, yeah, that I'll be able to steal this fuel, but I got it. I got it. Okay, so we're going to steal as much of this liquid fuel as there is to steal. So, put that one there. That one there. Actually, let's just select all these. That one there. You do want that all to go in evenly so that the mass distribution is okay. Well, we'll do 6 at a time. That should be enough. Okay, out. Out, liquid fuel. Take the monoprop too? I have so much monoprop. I don't need the monoprop. I don't even know. Is there monoprop on this thing? I'm not even sure there is. I got the monoprop here, and there's monoprop still left in the plane. I'm fine when it comes to monopropellant. Alright, that's that tank empty. Next tank. There should be a lot of liquid fuel here. Out. No refueling probe. That might have been what would have had to happen. Now, actually, I'm just thinking, one option would have been... Oh, no, I don't have enough space. Because I got 6 kerbals now. I was going to say I could move them all into the hitchhiker, lose the plane, and fly this thing back. I bet you without the plane, this has got a lot more Delta V, but... Nope. Plane and everything's going back. The idea, that guy on the runway. Whoops. That's what I want. Here, let's time warp. That's how I want to end this stream. Oh, those are full. That's awesome that they're full. So let's start filling up the other ones. There's these guys back here too. This really should give me a ton of delta V. I didn't work anything out, but I'm going with my ton calculation. I'm sticking to that. Okay, and then this guy, and then that's it. I think that's all the liquid fuel there is aboard that thing. Okay, so we can now... Actually, yeah, let's ditch this just so I know... Undock. Just so... Boom, there. I want to know how much delta V I's got. Back away a bit. So, according to this, 3,223 meters per second of delta V now. That should be a lot. It really should. I mean, gosh. Might even change. Yeah, let's move these engine thrusts up to like 70. Fortunately, I have to keep changing them because of my dumb design, but okay, and that one's still at 100. 70 and 70. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's just push this prograde just a little bit. I want to put myself into a slightly different orbit than this thing so I don't have to worry about ever encountering it again. Whoa, I got some weird camera thing happening, don't I? Reset the camera. There we go. So I'm just going to use some monopropellant here and just push myself up just slightly. Honestly, this... I'm in a bit of an elliptical one. Okay, let's turn off everything so it's just this. This is our apoapsis. This is our periapsis. Okay, let's get to apoapsis. We'll use the nukes a little bit here. Put it up to 72 by 72. And then we'll come around to our apoapsis. We'll do the same thing the other way. Hello, Jool. And then we shouldn't have to worry about running into this thing. All right. And then we got to get ourselves back. And actually, it's the one thing I have Kerbal Engineer for, and I'll explain just momentarily why Kerbal Engineer is along. I did endeavor to make this completely a stock... Whoops. Get a little closer. A stock-only experience, but I did bring up Kerbal Engineer. All right, so there we go. We got our orbit. So that's good because, you know, the game does have this maneuver tool, but it will not let you see the Kerbin is not an option here. For it goes, no, I'm not gonna work that out for you. Forget it, buddy. It's way too complicated. And I actually do have a tutorial on being in exactly the situation that I'm in, and what's the best way of getting ourselves back to Kerbin. And the best way is straight out blasting straight from out of Laythe using Laythe's orbital velocity around Jool. You're taking advantage of the fact that Laythe is already in a really low orbit, taking advantage of that to get you on your way. And it cost me in that tutorial about 1,000 meters per second to get my Jool intercept, or my Kerbin intercept. But the problem is that Kerbin is nowhere near in the right spot right now. At least it's exceedingly unlikely. And I know that the phase angle, if I set Kerbin as a target, that the phase angle, that is the angle if you connect us to the sun and Kerbin to the sun, this and measure the angle around to here, it needs to be negative 74 degrees. In other words, 74 degrees in this direction. We're actually probably not that far from that. So I can see it's over 90, maybe about 120. But unfortunately, if I go over to Advanced Orbital Info, where it does say phase angle, does it not? It doesn't. It doesn't even give it to you. So forget it. Instead, we get all kinds of useless information. But if I go to Kerbal Engineer, and I think I turned it on. Yes. Kerbal Engineer gives you that phase angle. So all I'm going to do right now is a quick save. But I want to time warp so that this phase angle says negative. I'm going to stop a little early. It's negative 138 right now. And I want it to be, and so we're just letting Kerbin catch up to us. This needs to be, I'm going to stop around negative 76. Negative 70. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm completely lying. It's a good thing I wrote this down. Sorry. It's negative 49 degrees is the phase angle I want. Oh. Why is time warping slowing down on me? Oh, now it's... Oh, no, it's not. I'm being fooled by the nav ball. So negative 40... Whoa. Okay. I'm getting freaked out because there's this sort of phase thing that happens. Watch the nav ball if I go one more. And then the nav ball starts to slow down. But then when I slow down my time warping, the nav ball speeds up. And it's just a resonance thing that's happening that's freaking me out. So negative 49 degrees. Right. And again, I'm going to go to about 52, 50. Let's go 53. It's better to stop early than it is to go over. Because there's no guarantee that Laythe won't be in the right spot in all likelihood. So I wish the game gave you this little phase angle instead of their stupid longitudinally ascending nodes and various other things that you never, ever need to use. Just a simple phase angle would be perfect. Or you could get a protractor and just measure it. That used to be the old school way, is to just get a protractor, put it up to the screen, and just measure that angle. But not going to do that. Okay, so we are about in the right spot. Let's get to Laythe here. Now, what you need to do is take advantage of Laythe's velocity already. So you want to eject yourself relative to Laythe out that direction, because Laythe's already moving that way. So that means a burn around here someplace. And this should be about 1,000. So I'm just going to flat out put 1,000. At least it was 1,000 the last time I did this. And honestly, that ain't too bad, right? And you want not only to be going, let's advance the time here a little bit. Boop, boop. So you not only want to be ejecting yourself in this direction relative to Laythe's orbit, you then want this ejection to be in this direction. This is this direction here relative to Jool's orbit. And that requires getting Laythe in the right spot. Thankfully, all I got to do to get that to happen is pop ahead orbits. So if I pop ahead in orbit, I'm a little later. You can see that's already coming closer. And I can pop ahead in orbit, pop ahead in orbit. Now that's getting pretty close. We can tweak the timing of this. Oh, this isn't so bad. Okay. This is getting very close already. Let's go back in orbit. It's one of those right in there. Okay. And I am going backwards. What a dope. Okay, this would be great if Kerbin was further out from Jool, but actually I need to be retrograde relative to Jool. So it's got to come all the way around. Oh boy. All the way around the other way. Why is this being this way? Okay, you know what I should do? Let's bring this all the way back. Laythe's on the wrong side of Jool's, what's happening. Oh, now it's pretty close. Back orbits. Okay, we're going to delete this, start again. Laythe needs to be on the other side of Jool. So let's just time warp to Laythe's on the other side of Jool. Okay, let's try this again. I was thinking about ejecting myself in a prograde direction relative to... But I need to be in a retrograde direction relative to Jool. Of course, because we are going closer to the sun. And of course, if we start getting into trouble with other planetary bodies, that's not going to be fun either. This is getting closer now. There we go. And you can find the ideal spot, but you're just looking at what gets your periapsis down the most. So you can see how this is bringing my periapsis down. But it'll only go to a point. Well, they're already pretty darn close. Okay, got to pop ahead orbits. Back in orbit. I think I might even have too much delta V going. Let's take some of this off. What's our phase angle? I think I'm going to wait till the phase angle's better. This is pretty close. It's just Jool's or Laythe is not in the right spot. So what we're going to do, delete this. Or sorry, our phase angle still isn't right. So I need Laythe to be in this position. And I need my phase angle to be about negative 49 degrees. So we're going to start time warping, go around in orbit here, and we're watching this phase angle. Well, let's go one more. We'll make it work. Ooh, that's going to be really close. Okay, this is the time. This is the one. This is the one that's gonna work. 980, I noticed, is what I was sort of at. And as always, I end up making this more confusing than it really needs to be, but that's me. I take such pride in bring that periapsis down. Oh, I think I need a little bit more prograde here. Periapsis down. Next orbit, will it be better? Oh, the next orbit's better. I should be seeing a Kerbin intercept, and I'm not, and that's annoying me. Because my phase angle's pretty darn close. Oh, that's doing it. Just going up a little bit more in the orbit compartments. Oh, that went too far. Back in orbit. We're really close here. We can make this work. We're going to make this work. Let me think. No, that makes it worse. Oh, I think I was better on that first orbit then. Turn the scale down. I'm on one side or the other side. It's getting a bit on my nerves. Okay, I think which side was the closer side? Yeah. Now it's way off. What the heck? It's gonna be that far off. Might just do it and then finagle my way there. I got lots of fuel. I thought I had this all set up with that phase angle thing, but it's clearly not going to cooperate. What's this doing? Can always make it work with just more. Where is the... There. Okay, I need to look to see if I'm making this better or making this worse with what I'm doing. If I do that, how about pay attention to the numbers you're getting? So this is separation of 14.6. Do that. Yeah, it's getting better. Just keep doing this. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's so close. Oh, come on. You want it. You want it. There it is. Okay. So, yeah, 1,012 meters per second coming straight out of Laythe. Let's focus our view on Kerbin here. And let's do this thing. Burn's coming up in about an hour and 41 minutes. We're a little bit below, but that's not terrible. That can be rectified. Let's just get this in, actually in his, there we go. Get it into the same plane. Wonderful. That's close enough. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this is a 5 minute and 30-second burn. I'm just going to do it all in one big go. I think it should be okay. Let's turn off Kerbal Engineer. Don't need that anymore. F5 again, as always. Okay. And yeah, let's just go and do it. Yeah, the rest can be done with a mid-course correction for sure. It's always so fiddly. You know, it would be nice. Like, the maneuver tool here was a great idea, but it needs to be more robust. But, I mean, we got, the game is what it is, so it's not like there's no more updates coming, so I suppose it could be worse. All right, so all that's left is to do this thing, and I should pin these two here to make sure I don't need to adjust thrust at all. And turn that off. So I might need to balance some thrust, I don't know. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, that is, it really wants to, shoot. 50, 50. Nope, 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 nope. 80, 80. That's too much. Balancing thrust on the fly. Okay, how's that doing? That's better, that's better. I had this too low and I turned it the wrong way. Honestly, I might be able to go to 85 and 85. I'm looking at this pitch indicator. If it's anywhere around the middle, that means the vessel's not having any trouble holding it. 90, 90. Of course, in doing all this, I'm completely changing my burn times, but ah well. We'll make it work. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot more weight down here than there was before, so now it's balanced again with these guys almost at full thrust. Okay, burning sunward. There's the sun right there. How's our... Oh, back to... No, actually keep it on Kerbin. Yeah. Okay, do a little physics warping here. Apple-Wapsis is climbing quickly. Should be ejecting ourselves from Laythe anytime now. What's the difference between physics warp and time warp? Physics warp right now, all of the physics is still working. Here, let's take it off. I can't actually do the normal time warping while engines are going. It will not let you, but if you hold the Alt key and press period to increase your time warp, you're doing what's called a physics warp. Okay, we've just ejected ourselves from Laythe, and it's so that the physics of all this thrust and stuff is still working, which clearly you would want. When you do the regular time warp, the vessel you're on basically is on rails, is the term. It's just following its trajectory. It's why you can't do time warping in the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. All of that has to be with the physics warping. Okay, I'm going to watch it from here. Watch this too. Okay, that's still balancing nicely, so I'm not going to... Okay, slow down. Oh, I hit the wrong button. What else is new? Okay, I don't know how I did here. I didn't see the trajectory go by. There it is there. We can do a little mid-course tweak for sure. I overcooked it because I have my hands in the wrong spot, so we'll just use some RCS here. That's bringing it down. I still have lots and lots and lots and lots of monoprop. I do. And of course, I didn't do the timing quite right because I was playing with the thrust as I was going. But we'll just use... Oh, what happened there? Okay, we are disappeared. Okay, we don't like that. Okay. We'll wait till we're outside of Jool's SOI and we'll fix all that. So that can close, that can close, that can close, that can close. We are on our way out of here. Let's go back to here. You know, one of the problems you can get into is, of course, running into one of these other moons as you're doing this, but it seemed that all that worked out okay. Okay, bye-bye, Laythe. Bye-bye, Laythe. And now, are we going to be coming around? No, we're just blowing straight out of Jool, so bye-bye, Jool. We landed on all of your moons. I'm not in the mood to ever come back again. So I hope this is it. Okay, we are now in orbit about the sun. And we don't quite have a Kerbin encounter, but we are pretty darn close. Why is there a trajectory change when I've not put in anything for this maneuver? Oh, it's coming back and encountering Jool again. I think that's what's happening. I think I'm in some sort of resonance and coming around and hitting Jool. Okay, we're not going to do that. But what I want to do, I got too many. Let's get into the settings and turn down the patch limits because I don't want to see that. That's what I want to see. Okay, this is what I want to see right here. That's what's of interest to me. So, maybe a little bit of radially. Oh, that did a big difference. Holy camoly. Oh, I'm getting into Jool again. Don't do that. That's what's doing all that. Okay. Oh, going to turn down the patch limits one more time. Stop showing me that Jool encounter. It's messing with my head. We're not going back to Jool. Okay. Back to the maneuver. Thank you, Jelly Be Good, for the donation. Does that mean I really do have to get you back safely now? You are one of the crew on this thing. Okay, there is our Kerbin encounter. Time to get this in there. A little more than I normally would like, but it is what it is, isn't it? What if I did? Yeah, I'm sorry. I should be doing retrograde here. Yeah. All of that radial was a mistake. Let's turn the radial back to 0. Now the normals, there we go. There we go. And I'm not going to do anything fancy here. I got a ton of Delta V. So I'm just going to come around, prograde around Kerbin, which is the other side. Thank you very much. Other side of Kerbin. And we're going to get ourselves just a regular capture. No aero braking, no silly assists. No nothing, because we got all the fuel that we're ever going to need. I want to get into an equatorial orbit here. Or at least as close as I can get. Because my target is going to be the KSC. I really want to put this, after everything that's happened, I want this thing to end up on the runway. So, let's see here. I'm going to go for, oh my gosh, it's so twitchy. I'll never burn it as precise as this anyway. I'm going to go for 100. That should be good. About 100 kilometers here. Get our capture. Actually, I can go for 90. I blew out at 90, so I should be able to come in at 90. Okay. I am coming around in the right direction, right? Let's make sure. Coming around prograde, yep. Okay, so that burn's coming up in a year and 306 days. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check how long these folks have been. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Okay, let's get to this. Only a 27 meter per second correction, so easy peasy. Oh, the asterisk that's up there. Yes, I'm being asked about the asterisk up here. It's because it's, oh my gosh, and the stupid thing over time warp, but that's okay. This shouldn't be time critical anyway. But the asterisk is because this doesn't count until I have these folks down on the surface. So it's a temporary 14 out of 15. And if there's anybody out there that's curious as to what's the 15th one, it's Eve, of course. Eve is going to need to be done last. But here, let's do this burn and then I'll talk about Eve. I bet you I can do the rest of this with RCS. Yeah. Much better. I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to be too precise. Okay. Yeah, as far as Eve goes, that's not going to be next week. I'm going to take a break from this series again. This whole Jool adventure. What am I on? Number 8. This whole Jool adventure turned into way more streams than I ever anticipated it would. I thought I'd be doing this in about half of the amount of time. I want to get back to my kerbalism video. My kerbalism live stream. So those are coming. I'm just going to watch it from here. That's what's going to be happening next week. Next week, here comes Kerbin. And again, it messes up the encounter when you time warp, which really bugs me. But next week is going to be back to that Kerbalism series. I was off of it for a couple of months, and we're coming back to it. So that is, for those people that don't know, a heavily modded game. The main mod being Kerbalism, which changes all kinds of things on how the game works. A little closer. I don't trust you. Four days to go. And if people are asking me why don't I do the auto time warp, it's simply I don't trust it. I don't trust it. There's Kerbin, everybody! There it is. Okay, can I focus my view on it? So what is this? Okay, this is at 9. Okay, let's point a little radially out. Oh no, radially in. I want to bring that down. Oh, and then retrograde. Oh my gosh. I can't even point which way. I don't know which way I want to point. And we'll do a capture, and then I'm going to zero out that inclination, because what is our inclination? Our inclination is 12.6. That's not terrible. But I'm going to zero that out. And this again. Oh, not RCS. Okay. Get that down to 90. There we go. Okay, capture time. I was just looking to see if the periapsis is right over the equator. I think it's very close. Well, I know how I can tell if I set the moon as a target. Ah. Let's get that. This will really help. Like if you... Okay, I'm going to put a maneuver here. But if... Let's delete that second one I put in. I'll get back to that. If this ascending node is right at periapsis, that means the descending node will be right at apoapsis, and that will make the plane change I need to make cheaper. And I'm going to fix that with a tiny. I just don't know which way. Should be tiny. Well, maybe it's not that tiny. I think I burnt the wrong... I deleted the wrong node. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Okay, here we go. Try this again. A tiny change here should work. There! Oh my god, it's such a big change. It just... That's what I'm talking about. See? So, a little burn here. So that was positive normal, I think I was pushing. Should look at these things. Yes, it was. So just delete this. Put this on the positive normal vector. I deleted the wrong node. It's in the chat. Yeah, I deleted the wrong node. Okay. Really convenient having the moon there with its zero inclination to help you set this stuff up. See, that. Bam. There. And now when I do my capture, bring this down. But now, see how that ascending node, or the descending node is way out here. It's going to make the plane change real cheap. How much am I going to do here? Yeah, let's get it below Mimos's orbit. We don't want this to take all day. There we go. Okay. Nicey nice. All right. So that burn, that's going to be our capture, is a 4-minute and 20-second burn. And it's coming up in a day and an hour. Let's F5 that. Yeah, I suppose I can just get right down there and just do it. So I'm going to do that. Don't go past it. You didn't. Good job. I never know what you're going to do, auto time warp. And I'm going to roll this so that it is right side up relative to the planet. But there is beautiful Kerbin below us. Okay. And again, I'm going to watch these guys and get ready to adjust these. Oh, I know why there's a difference now, because these tanks are largely empty. Because that's the fuel I use to go down. Ah, sorry, I'll explain in a sec. I think it's actually better balanced now than it was before. Because these tanks held the fuel that went into the space plane so it could land and come back off of Laythe. And these are mostly empty now. And that's why the balance is different than it was on the way out to Jool. Okay. Again, we'll do a little physics warping. Oh, you can tell these folks, they're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Look at all those level 5s too. Oh, Bill's now level 5. Valentina isn't. Poor Valentina, the only not level 5 in this group. Now it wants to pitch its... I think these need to be higher. Is that right? No, that was wrong. So let's put this at 80 and 80. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Again, I'm looking at this pitch indicator. That's a little closer in the middle. All right. Well, you're very welcome there, Rio. Thanking me for the tutorial videos. I would not do them if I didn't enjoy doing them. Oops, come back. There. Okay, I gotta get ready here. There's really no precision to this. That's good enough. So I'm not aiming for anything. Maybe come down a little bit further. Only to get away from Minmus here a bit, in case Minmus decides to ruin our day, but I probably won't. Okay, and now I'm going to put a burn way out here at this descending node. And the idea of this burn is to zero out that inclination, which is now 10 degrees. Actually, I don't even need to look at that. I can actually look at the orbital info. Maneuver. There. I can do this. Maneuver. That actually, if you have this on maneuver, this is what it's going to predict. This is the predicted inclination of the orbit that we're moving into. And I would love that to be 0, of course. There we are. Wonderful. Okay, so that's an 11 meter per second plane change burn. Okay, and that's coming up in 5 days. F5 that again, and again we'll trust you and don't you mess me up. What's going to be the next mission in the Kerbalism series? Well, if you recall, I kind of left it with a bit of a cliffhanger. There's a asteroid moon base that I'm in the process of building, and that asteroid in itself has gone through its series of adventures. I mean, what else is new? But that's really what I want to keep working on. I want to get that thing all finished. I believe there is something on its way to the moon. I should probably look and find out. I think I got stuff, a lander or something on its way to the moon. But I do want to, I want to crew that asteroid base. I want to get a lander there. I want to have, it already has a ton of fuel there. And I really want to start mining science from the moon. The moon has been underutilized as far as the amount of science I could potentially collect there. Okay, doing the burn. Again, the idea here is just to get that inclination down to 0. I'm actually looking at the inclination rather than the maneuver node. And we'll use RCS to finish this off. 0.1, 0 degree inclination. Lovely dovely. Okay, next is to circularize this guy. Nothing fancy going on here. What is this? Oh, the periapsis is pretty high. Sorry. Let's just go retrograde right away. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. I want this to be like 90. I don't know, even 90s. Well, 90's good. 90's a nice number. Again, use RCSs. Lovely. There we go. Okay. Now I want to circularize. To a nice 90 by 90 orbit. Get the timing of this better. Okay, and that's good enough. Okay, so that's coming up in, again, 5 days, 4 hours, and it is a 905 meter per second burn. We are really closing in on this. Let's turn this down to 70. Same with this one. Okay, F5 again. Shouldn't I try... Oh, okay. Oh, an intercept. I'm not trying to intercept. Oh, you mean with coming... I'm sorry, Turbo, and I'm not... Whoa. Okay, I'm paying attention to that, too. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Or maybe it has nothing to do with me. I might be reading the middle of the chat and going, oh, they're not talking about me. Not everything's about me. Okay. Here we go. Final capture, and then this plane. Got to remember to fill up the plane a little bit. There's still a little bit of oxidizer left in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I do have a little bit of oxidizer left. But I do want to put this on the runway and be done. Oh my gosh, I want to be done. I want that asterisk to go away. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, got nice balance on that thrust now. Nice, nice, nice. I won't have much fuel left over after the capture. Oh, you're right. Wow, I thought I had so much fuel. I think this is the first time, though, I've come back from one of these interplanetary adventures and not aerobraked into Kerbin orbit. Which is what I've always done in the past. I thought I had so much fuel. I'm glad I stole all that fuel. and I probably maybe could have aerobraked this thing, but it's clearly would have been maybe a little sketchy. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the fuel at all. I could have done it, you know, once you get to capture, you can do a whole bunch of very light aerobrakes. And then it doesn't matter what the shape of your vessel is. So I didn't have as much fuel as I thought I did. Yoink. That's okay. Hello there, Max. So almost done with this big this thing. I'm gonna come back to the space plane. Well, the deorbit burn, whoops, oh, I'm still physics warping. Goodness gracious. The deorbit burn should not be expensive because it's only the plane that's going to deorbit. So we're going to steal some resources from the mothership, and then we're just going to leave it in orbit. All right, that's good enough. Good enough for me. Yeah, 65 meters per second here, but there'll be more once I got the plane. So what I want to do, let's get this. Okay, I want to look for oxidizer. Well, I don't know how much I need really, but we'll steal oxidizer first. So where's the, I think I still have some oxidizer in reserve. Why? There we go. That's empty. There's some. There's some. There's some. See, I still got oxidizer here. Actually, all these little bits of oxidizer left. Okay. So let's steal that in. Oh, I'm still time warping. There we go. Okay, why am I getting issues here? There. Stop being that way. I was physics time warping all the way through working that out. Okay. So, stealing that, and I'm also might as well steal liquid fuel too. Well, that, there wasn't much there to do. There should be a lot of liquid fuel. Okay. So that's all the oxidizer that's left. What about liquid fuel? A lot of very partly filled tanks here. There's another partly filled tank. That looks empty, that looks empty, that looks empty. A lot of empty tanks. Holy jumpins. That's partly filled there. Some of these, oh wait, some of these are in the plane. Just be careful. Okay, we'll figure this out in a sec. Oh, there is less liquid fuel on here than I would have guessed. That one's got some in it. That one's got some in it. That one's got a teeny tiny bit. Oh, a lot of these have teeny tiny bits in it. Okay. Okay, what I'm just going to do, just keep it the way it is. Just hit in here. We'll steal what we got. That is it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see what we got left. Closing all those, all those, all those. I think all the resources on this entire vessel are all in this one tank right here. And I got way too much oxidizer. That's completely obvious. Wow, I cannot believe I have that little liquid fuel left. Oh, I do have more liquid fuel. What are you doing to me? In. Now I think I got all the liquid fuel. Okay, now I think I did it. Okay, so all the resources in this whole vessel are all in this one tank, if I am not mistaken. So I'm going to take out some of that oxidizer because there's just no reason for me to have that much. Oops. So as long, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. In, darn it. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's see here. So our target here is the KSC. I don't have that stuff on. There's our target there. Let's time warp a few hours so that it is going to be guaranteed to be in the day side. That was going to be, I think, just after sunset by the time I got down there. Okay. All right, let's do this thing. So we are going to undock. Am I on the right one? I think I am. I think I'm on the wrong vessel. There we go. Hello, everybody. Should have noticed when I didn't have... Oh, I'm still going by the docking port here. Control from here. There we go. No, I'm still going the... Oh, I am pushing... I'm pushing the wrong button. Don't worry about me. Okay. Oh, again, I can't close this. See that? Cannot close this docking port, so it's going to be looking terrible. Oh, well, that's what it is. Okay, we are going to need to burn a teeny tiny bit prograde just for the avoidance maneuver. I think I still have this set as a target. There we go, because I noticed the target there. Oh, that's annoying that that's going to be open. Okay. So this is just a tiny little... Yeah. Okay, so we're about... I'm going to make my descent over here. And what this does is it slows me down just a little bit so that when I go to do my descent burn, I will be guaranteed that that vessel will be behind me. Okay, I got to go retrograde. Am I almost in the right spot? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so... Let's see here. And I'm going to do a quick save in case somehow this botches. Oh, how about activating those engines? That would be an idea. Activate, activate. 71 meters per second. Wow, I'm coming back a lot tighter than I would have guessed. A lot tighter. Okay, I'm just guessing. I'm putting this periapsis at about 40 kilometers. That is 100% a guess. Thrust limiters at 30. Oh, thank you. Thank you for people that noticed that. I might want that for all those jet engines. Speaking of which, we can now go to Oop, that's the wrong button. There we go. We're now in air breathing mode, though they obviously don't do anything. One last check on this. Okay. All right. Let's get down there to the atmosphere. And let's see if we can hit the runway. Like I said, I've never actually landed this plane on the runway. The only place I've ever landed this plane is on Laythe. But, so hopefully we're doing okay. I'm going to keep looking at this to check my trajectory. That there. Put this on surface. Oh, I feel like I'm going too fast. I should have brought that periapsis down lower. I think that's always been my issue, is going too fast. I usually overshoot the runway. I'm going to put this like at 90 degrees here. I mean, this is the continent that KSC is on. Now, I will not likely be able to hold this very long. Yeah, I'm definitely overshooting. Shoot. Should have brought that periapsis down further. Let's see if I can recover this. What time is it? We started, yeah, that's good. Okay. So this is like the super stall maneuver here. I might, if I severely overshoot, I might just revert and try that again, because I'm trying to think when I did a quick save. Should have brought my periapsis down further. You think I'm going to undershoot? Ah, no way I'm undershooting. Now I'm pitching up as hard as I can. Show it on here. This thing really wants to pitch forward. All the resources are back here. Is there anything in here? There's not even mono. Yeah, so all the resources are pumped back as far as they'll go. I don't have a lot of liquid fuel to be able to, you know, fly to the runway. Like, I really do need to do this on a glide. We might be able to pull it off. Yeah, I know people are saying just turn around, but I only have, according to this, 461 meters per second of delta V left. This thing will not be able to fly very far. So I really would prefer... Okay, we're going to do the Jebediah maneuver. That's this. Valentina's learned from the best. Did I not quick save just before I started this descent? I probably didn't, because I'm stupid. Ah! Put on RCS for whatever that's worth. Of course, if I kill these guys doing this, I'm definitely reverting. No, I could tell right away I was overshooting because of my speed coming up to the continent. But we're going to pull some G's here, folks. We are going to pull some G's. Hang on, everybody. Look at the little meters going up. We might lose Bill. Oh, we still got everybody. All right, here we go. RCS off. Okay, let's go. I don't know. I do not have a lot of fuel. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Actually, we might be okay. We might just be okay. Still have a respectable altitude here. Need a little more speed. Not a lot of fuel. That's the main problem. I am stunned with how much fuel I use doing all that. Makes you realize how much aero braking saves you. I don't know. I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna actually risk a quick save right here. But I think I'm feeling okay about this. Where's my fuel? I still got 100 meters per second. I'm gonna actually cut engines here because I think I want to slow down. There we go. So this is 6 years and 49 days into the rescue mission. I know the actual these folks were a lot longer than that. It's got to be at least twice that. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, lining this up. Coming in a little backwards, but that's okay. Slow down a little bit more. There we are. Okay, you're not lined up very well there, Val. Come on. This is a beautiful glider. This is the first time I've landed this on Kerbin, and it's like sweet. Sweet. There we go. There we go. All right. That's it. Oh. This is official. The asterisk is coming off. There we go. No more asterisks for you. These folks are down. They are safe. Whew. And so that's it. Landed on all of Jool's moons finally. It took more episodes than I had anticipated. At some point, probably a couple of months from now, I'll come back. We'll tackle Eve. That's the last one to make this 15 out of 15. Next week again, we are going back to Kerbalism. So I hope to see many people back for that. But in the meantime, hope everybody has themselves a fabulous weekend. We'll see you all. I want to thank, I should always throw the thanks. Thanks everybody in the chat. This was great. Thanks everybody watching this at a later date. And as always, an extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who support this channel. But in the meantime, have yourself a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you all on Thursday. Bye, everybody.